So Alan, my crayfish in my aquarium behind me, will shed his exoskeleton every now and then, just like most invertebrates do in order to grow. Once in a while I'll actually take one out, not all the time because obviously they'll eat them in order to get most of the minerals back to harden up their new shell, but once in a while I will take one out, and yeah, I want to do something really special with one of those moults and share it with you guys. Oh, that's the point. Let me just go get it for you and show you it. Alright, so it was a little bit of a struggle getting this molt. Obviously you can see I came up a bit worse off than Alan did. But yeah, basically this is one of his molts I'm going to do something very exciting in this video with. So stay tuned to find out. It's all about shrimps, simply shrimps. Good day everybody and welcome to this video. So I was wandering around a popular Swedish homeware store and I came across this. And what it is it's basically a picture frame which is about 2 inches deep, so you can actually put objects in there rather than just flat pictures. And that got me thinking, what could I put in here? So previously when Alan molted in the past when he was much smaller, God look how tiny he is in there, I actually did have a go at mounting him in a picture frame. Now this one is it's probably less than 1 inch deep, and unfortunately when putting the back cover on I did actually crush his sort of exoskeleton a little bit, so it's not as good as I'd like it. And funny thing is I put Procamberus aleni in here because yeah, this was back before I knew he was an Australian red-clawed crayfish, Chorex quadriparinitus, because he hadn't quite got the red claws yet. So yeah, this whole thing is just, I wanted to redo it basically, and finding this new picture frame has inspired me to do so. So stumbling across this when wandering around that popular Swedish store, I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to try again. Being that this is much deeper and it's not going to crush the exoskeleton or the shell like the previous effort did. Another thing I noticed about this box picture frame is that after actually buying it I realised the whole front swings up on hinges and it's got a nice magnet. Now I thought it was another backplate thing, so that's actually better because I can sort of lift it up, put him in, have him where I want him, instead of having to mess around with backplate, put it back on, realise it's not quite where I want it, take it back off, put it back on, etc, etc. Also the back is sort of a felty, foamy, corky consistency, so instead of gluing him to the back where he's going to be fixed forever, and if I did want to move him in the future I might damage the molt, I could just pin him to it. First things first, I want to prepare Alan's molt so that he looks a little bit better when he's put up on show. So underwater he kind of gives that sort of shiny shell to him, but since this shell is dried out it's gone kind of like matte, it's not as shiny as it might appear underwater. So what I'm going to do is spray him with some lacquer or some gloss, clear gloss, and that's just going to make him shiny again, and also it's going to strengthen him up, so if like in the legs and the antennae they might be a little bit sort of weak, this is just going to add an extra layer on and yeah, make him indestructible. Well, not quite, but it's just going to make him appear better and a little bit stronger. So since it's absolutely gorgeous weather outside and I only did a thin coat of lacquer, it's dried within a couple of hours, so that's brilliant. We can now crack on to the next step where I'm actually going to be mounting him up in that picture frame. So I stupidly put the molt on the floor and I've stood on it. Who knows, maybe super glue will put it together. Let's see what we can do. So copious amounts of super glue later, and there's still a pile of like odds and sods down here which I can't find places for, and it's just too fiddly. I have now got Alan kind of back together. The carapace was literally in about sort of like 15 parts I had to glue. So with that little mishap of me standing on him, I've decided to do a deconstructed sort of display rather than having him complete. So let's get back to it and put him in the frame. So I've purposely not actually shown you the finished product yet, and that's because it's not quite finished yet, and I want to surprise you at the end. There's just one last thing to do, and that's print off the Latin name, the scientific name, just to stick above it, sort of finish it off. So I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Are you ready for the grand reveal? And here it is in all its beauty. I mean, it just looks like you've walked into a science lab. I love how the pins sort of, give that effect to it, and then the Latin name up above, as you just saw me print out. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. You know what they say, all things happen for a reason, and me stepping on it, it kind of has actually improved how it's turned out. Rather than just being one solid piece, having it deconstructed, as I said previously, makes it look a bit more sciencey and a bit more, let's have a look at that, what is it? Oh, that very interesting kind of thing. If you did like this video and you like how it's turned out, I really do, whack that thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you've got any comments, questions or queries, leave them down in the comments section. And I shall see you in another video. Thanks for watching, see you later. It's all about shrimps, simply shrimps. Let's keep things shrimple, simply shrimps. Do 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 do. Yeah!